Taurus, Taurus rising, and Taurus moon people. This is your weekly astrological and card forecast for the week starting December 12th, 2016. Quick reminder for you guys, remember your monthly astrology horoscopes for December are up on a special playlist on the main channel page if you want to check that out. And if you'd ever like to get a session with myself, you can always follow the links below or go to integrativemysticism.com. So, Taurus, this week is very interesting because we've got week-long angles going on this week, as in, this whole week is going to feel like its own compartmentalized story. We've got Saturn and Jupiter in a very, very strong sextile, dancing kind of back and forth throughout the sky, and we also have this full moon in Gemini connecting to Uranus. And so these ripples go the whole week. There is no one day where this is, not happening in your life. And a lot of the themes are surrounding, well, with that Gemini moon in your earned income sector and Uranus in your 12th house, hidden opportunities to actually segue somehow in work. Whether it's segue into a new position, segue into new responsibilities, or even segue into a promotion or a new job. Because we're trying to actually get you away from, I guess you could say, what you've been sort of trapped doing. What's become too much of a routine? Have we hit maybe a dead end or a cul-de-sac at the office? And this week we're actually, again, how do we segue out of it? Can I apply for that position? Is this person to look to do a switcheroo or something along those lines? We're kind of getting ourselves circulating in different areas to, again, kind of subtly, before officially, which would be official eventually, don't worry, make a permanent transition that would actually, again, kind of renew that sense of upward mobility in our work life, and again, earn us more money. But we've got to find a way to sort of sidestep away, or sidestep and segue away from the track that we're on, and I think a lot of that's going to be very easy to see this week. We've also got Jupiter in your 6th house of work and schedule. Still, again, sextiling Saturn all week in your 8th house of passive income, and extra supplemental income, and all of that good stuff. And this week, again, we're talking about extras. How much have we been talking about extras with the Taurus people for the last few weeks? Again, more is coming through this. But with Jupiter and Saturn sextile all week, extra may actually become the norm. This is that chance to kind of turn whatever extra money, extra hours, or maybe even, extra responsibilities or extra status points and all of that suddenly become the norm in your work routine, and not just this seasonal shift that's been going on, from, late October until now. In fact, you may actually notice that this could be part and parcel connected to that segue we were talking about, when it comes to the Gemini and Uranus connection. Where can we start supplementing our money with more opportunity from where we already are? And I think that, again, that Saturn-Jupiter will actually say it's no longer extra, it's the norm. So, good on you for those of you who've been actually kind of hitting the pavement with these energies as they come. So, what has been going on with your cards this week? Yeah, let's have a look and see. For your spiritual advice, we do have the card of the Life Bringer, Taurus. And this card talks a lot about the need to see where things in our life need to have a life of their own, or have an opportunity to take on a life of their own. Okay, because we're talking about fulfillment through allowing that thing to grow and evolve on its own without us constantly chaperoning it, or without us constantly trying to choreograph it or plan it out. And this card can show up where it's time to think about, even intangible things, or, non-living things actually do have a life of their own. Yes, we can think of our kids having a life of their own, our relatives having a life of their own, our friends and our partners having a life of their own, but also our relationships. The relationship itself should have a life of its own, and we need to be able to, let it grow and evolve as it will, as we participate in it, and so on and so forth. So this week is a time where you're going to notice that things are taking on a bit of a life of their own, and it's really going to be a time to kind of take a step back and be more responsive with it taking a life of its own, instead of steering and try to make it do the life you want it to have. Because you may find out, in a lot of poetic cases, that sometimes things that get a life of their own do better than we could have told it to be. For your Earth sector, when it comes to your work and finances, we've got the Page of Cups, inverted. Even inverted, this card can actually bode well for career. I'm kind of seeing this week you're going to be feeling like you're getting a lot of unwanted attention, and not unwanted as in bad attention, but just maybe smothering kind of attention. You know, too many phone calls, too many people reaching out, too many people constantly wanting to talk all the time. On the good, though, this does indicate that things are actually increasing your popularity at work, and again, your visibility, and, you know, giving you that reputational boost. But with the Page of Cups inverted, you may be feeling, oh my god, is there anything else we can do, talk about, or why don't you people just leave me alone? The nice thing with the Page of Cups inverted, though, is it is talking about too much of a good thing. So this could indicate, again, major pay, or even a great new opportunity for a new job. And just be careful, because it looks to me like they may be throwing you to the wolves right in the beginning of it all, and you may feel a little bit swamped to begin with, but it will ease. For your communications with air, when it comes to your friends, your relatives, and the others in your life, we have the Queen of Cups upright. And this card is saying that there's an opportunity for a lot of you Taurus people to confide in, I guess you could say, somebody who's a little bit more of an emotional expert in your life. This could actually be somebody that you haven't had a chance to connect to in a while. And if you've been feeling like maybe you've been scrambling for a lot of answers, whether they're, you know, answers for your personal life or answers for your professional life, and you've kind of tapped out what you think your resources are in people, this person's going to be coming in with some insider clue or insider information about what you're dealing with that may actually kind of put you at ease. In fact, with the Queen of Cups upright, sometimes also we have somebody who is showing us a bit of favor, somebody who's going to bat for us, somebody who is really kind of sticking up for us even when we're not looking. This could be somebody who writes a good letter for you, or somebody who sticks up for you when somebody else is, you know, maybe getting the wrong idea, but you know what, she's showing up as a very loving bodyguard in your life. Could be just as easily be a male, but I'm saying she just because, you know, the card is a queen. Most likely a water sign or somebody with those qualities, but I would honestly say with the Queen of Cups, you know, you have somebody who has your back this week. You may feel a little bit weird about having somebody go out and stick up for you when you think you should be doing it for yourself, but sometimes it is important for others to see that others have our back. It does change people's mind when they start to consider that more than one person is thinking the way you do. For your challenge this week with fire, we do have the Five of Wands inverted. Now this card is saying, again, knowing when to lay down your arms might be a bit of a challenge this week, Taurus. Where have we been a bit too defensive, or maybe are we trying to control information, maybe are we trying to have things, you know, stay too private, or again, maybe we're not letting things take on a life of their own, you know, and the Five of Wands inverted is saying we have to know when to bow out. We need to know when to have that ceasefire. We need to know when to not have the power struggle, or when not to be so damn competitive. Because with the Five of Wands inverted is saying is your challenge, again, if you let something be what it's supposed to be without constant intervention, you may actually find out that it's better than what you thought your 100% was going to be. And it's not meant to be humbling in a bad way. It's really supposed to be a pleasant surprise. For your emotions with water and your romantic life, we do have the Three of Swords inverted. This card is talking a lot about a need to pay attention to where a coat of whitewash is being thrown somewhere in our relationship, and it's just not the same thing as actually solving an issue. Your partner or your crush may be trying to cover up some kind of emotional pain or heartache that they are in, and you're noticing that them trying to pretend to be stronger or better is coming out in weird ways. The Three of Swords inverted can indicate that it might be a week where it's a little bit hard to find out that maybe your partner feels hurt by you, but they're afraid to tell you that. And whatever the issue is, this can be worked out, this can absolutely be fixed, but we do need to reassure our partner that they can't be afraid of letting that be known, because obviously neither of us want it to happen over and over again. But the Three of Swords inverted is saying that you're going to need to pay attention again to where a crush or a partner is actually trying to hide a little bit of hurt that is important information for you to hear. So that is your forecast, Taurus. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And of course, if you would like to get a session with me, you can always follow the links below, or go to integrativemysticism.com.